If you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with. There are three things men can do with women: love them, suffer for them, or turn them into literature. One thing the blues ain't is funny. Once you decide that it is the art that is important and not how popular and well received you are, you no longer have an albatross. I feel like I'm just learning how to play the guitar. I mean, really learning to play the guitar. I think that President Obama has done the best he possibly could during the first term, considering that his opposition was willing to do whatever necessary to destroy him, even if it meant damaging the country in the process. Language is an inadequate form of communication. If you've picked up an instrument, it's because you don't feel you are communicating sufficiently. I detest talking about myself. There is a reason why people pick up an instrument and put it between themselves and the rest of the world. The only albatross is the hurt you divine from what people say about your art. I love Obama's calm and dignity. A lot of people confuse that with being aloof, but I know people that have held that job. It's a 24-hour barrage of information. God forbid if David Crosby gets sick again and I can't tour anymore, or something happens where I can't get around. What am I going to live on? I'm going to be living on mechanicals. So I don't want to hear it. After getting driven into the ground by the policies of the Bush administration, the economy is creeping up. It's doing that because people are sticking their shoulders to the wheel. Community banks are doing a lot of lending to small businesses and keeping them going. Sometimes I get a little drunk. Sometimes I get a little out of it. Sometimes I get out of tune on stage, but that's something that shouldn't be dissected. A commercial is a commercial. After about a year or so, I was in LA. I decided to try to get a band together out there. An artist cannot be responsible for what people make of their art. An audience loathe giving up preconceived images of an artist. David knew everyone because he's such a social butterfly. I got hooked into folk music by accident, because that's what white college kids liked when I was a child. I spent my last year of high school in Latin America, and there's the edge of salsa under all of my rhythms. I've just built a studio in my mama's old bedroom, which I thought was fitting. She died last year. We've recorded 9 songs recorded in there already. We're sort of just chipping away. That was when Neil discovered Jack Nietzsche. They went off and pretty much came up with that by themselves, but I thought it was a great song, and I was more than happy to do my harmony parts on it. There were times I thought I was going to turn to the blues, but then I'd hear better blues players. Yeah, I'm a much better blues player than anybody knows, but being in the kind of group I'm in, we were always trying to make popular records. I much prefer the road. My thing is getting live in front of people. There is a sterile environment to a studio that doesn't make me let go. I don't set out to write a political song. I am not one of those that feels compelled to write about what's going on. I've learned you can't write on a computer on a bus. It jiggles too much, especially an Apple. The keyboard jiggles around too much, and there are too many typos. You slow down when you get older. We moved around so much when I was a kid. The place I call home is New Orleans because at least I can remember the names of some of the streets there. Unlike President Obama, Mitt Romney has been inside the bubble all his life. He has no idea what's going on here. He has no idea how destructive Bush's 8 years were to this country. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and